Hello everyone and welcome back to Nara's Tarot. Thank you very much for being here. Today's reading, we are going to take a look at what's next for you in your career and finances, okay? So pretty straightforward reading. We have 3 piles for you today. This is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So feel free to pause the video here to take some time to connect with the piles, and I will see you at your reading. Hello pile 1 and welcome to your reading about what's next in your career and finances. So we are going to start off with this card here that will show us your current situation, and the next 2 cards will show us what is coming next, okay? So for your current situation, you have the Emperor in reverse. All right. Straight off the bat, some of you might be in a situation that's very unstable right now with the Emperor in reverse. There could just be a lot of chaos that you're experiencing when it comes to career and finances. I'm hearing that there are different levels and different types of chaos that people are experiencing in this pile. Some of you, it's a matter of how your job is very stressful and it's very chaotic. There's a lot of drama happening and you don't really feel like you can be in control of the things that are happening at work. For others of you, this could look a little bit more like having to live paycheck to paycheck, not really having a sense of control or balance or stability around your finances, and work maybe not coming in a very steady manner. You don't really know when you will receive work or how it's going to come in the next month. There's a lot of instability, and therefore you can't really look ahead. You can't really plan ahead with your career and finances. And I think many of you feel a little bit disempowered by your finances as well with the Emperor in reverse. In the upright position, he is definitely in his seat of power and he knows how to maneuver and is comfortable in that power, right? When we're in reverse, there's a part of us that doesn't know how to use our own inner power to make our way around the world, and that leaves us feeling pretty helpless and pretty disempowered. The thing about power here that Spirit wants me to tell you guys about is that you feel perhaps that your financial power, your career power sits in somebody else's hands with this Emperor in reverse. It's almost as though somebody else has the ability to make or break your finances, make or break your career. And you don't have any control over what they do, and you're not in control of that narrative at all. And Spirit kind of wants to bring that up at the start of this reading to ask you to really reclaim that power, and also ask you, like, where have you given that away in the first instance? Where have we allowed others to make financial decisions or career decisions for us? And how do we take our choice in the matter back? I think Spirit is saying that something about this power is all about choice. It's like you having the ability to decide how things are for yourself is what makes you feel powerful in this situation. Like having that autonomy, having that decision-making power, that's something that you perhaps are in this season right now to reclaim. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty, I think, a pretty major and big message, which is I have nothing else to say for the Emperor here. So let's look at the other 2 cards and see what's coming up next in your career and finances, okay? We have the Lovers in reverse, okay, and oh my god, Justice in reverse. You got all 3 major arcana cards, so something pretty significant is happening with your finances. The fact that all 3 cards are in reverse is telling me that you're really working hard to change like a stuck situation in your career and finances right now into something that flows again. So if money has been feeling a little bit tight, if things have not been growing as much as you would have hoped it to be, that's changing. That's definitely changing, okay? And the thing here is what's coming up next is you making some pretty significant moves to kind of like break up with your financial past. Break up with your career past with the Lovers in reverse. All right. This is us realizing that there has been some kind of agreement or partnership or union that was in many ways toxic, and in many ways it isn't serving your highest good, right? And we're just coming to realize that we need to break up with that version of ourselves or with that situation. The lovers here isn't just talking about another person, but it's more so about like how have we been in partnership with an idea, right? The idea perhaps that our career and finances sits in somebody else's decision making power, or that somebody else will give us a job, somebody else will hand us the money. We don't have the power to go and create or generate those things by ourselves, right? The lovers is this is an idea. It could also be a person, it could also be a situation. Whatever it is, it's you guys breaking up with whatever financial and career concepts and beliefs that are keeping you in this cage. They're keeping you in this state of chaos because it's putting again the power in somebody else's hands. There's a there's a huge imbalance with your career and finances right now. And we're definitely finding ways to restore balance, maybe in our bank books, restore balance in our career where maybe it's not so stressful all the time. We actually have some kind of work-life balance. We actually have some semblance of a healthy, regulated nervous system, right? From our finances and career. Like we're not looking at things and feeling anxious all the time. We actually feel harmony when we look at our career and finances. Some things are definitely balancing out for my pal ones. The other thing with justice in reverse over here, and I'm just noticing that this justice card, like this person kind of has like a, not kind of, but she does have her blindfolds on, right? And she's very trusting of the situation as well in having those blindfolds on, right? There's something about this justice card that makes me feel like you're cutting cords and you don't fully understand why you're cutting those cords, but you are. So trust your intuition if that's the case. And if you feel like you need to walk away from certain situations and it's more so like a calling, and you don't really have the words yet to put into place, trust your intuition and your gut with what you would like to cut cords with, okay? But the other message with the Justice card in reverse is that this has been such a long time coming for many of you, and it's almost like it's over, like it's been so delayed, like your time, your justice, when your finance and career will finally do your life and you justice, like it's been so overdue for so many of you. And justice here is saying that it's time for you to reclaim that power. Again and again, that message comes up. It's time for you to start making significant moves when it comes to your career and your finances. I don't really know what that means. Maybe some of you want to like do something new. You want to start a business. You want to start a new career. You want to enter a new job. Maybe you want to move places so that it's a different kind of like rent and it's not so expensive, or whatever it is, right? It's been so overdue, and this time for you is finally coming. Okay. I am also noticing that all of these cards basically have an element of balance in them. So again, definitely things are being harmonized, but before we can harmonize them, we do need to let go of the things that have been out of balance, right? The Emperor is very stable, very secure. He is card number 4. Your 4 legs on a chair. There's balance there. The Lovers is about 2 people, and Justice is also about balance. This theme of coherence and harmony and things being in a state of alignment is coming up to the surface right now with your career and finances. You know very well, if that's your situation, that things are not in alignment and how painful it is to have things not in alignment. I think we're so done suffering over our career and finances. We're so done suffering over the insecurities, over the instability, over the lack of, and we are ready to step into a new era for sure. Okay, let's take a look at some guidance from your angels right now to see what they want you to know about what's next in your career and finances. Okay. Ooh. Alrighty, we have here everything is okay, number 22. There's big news coming from the universe. So if you've been waiting for some big news, maybe it's an offer, maybe it's some kind of update about a business or about a project or about something that you're doing, big news is coming in. So we have reassurance, support, guidance, and overseen coming through. And we have number 36, shower of prosperity. Yeah. We have wealth, opportunity, success, and manifestation there. So you guys, this era of abundance is for sure entering into your life. What you might find happening is that things need to go need things that the things that have are out of balance need to be like removed. So there could be a little bit of like a weird transitioning phase, and that things kind of like fall apart, but it's actually helping you to welcome in new prosperity and new things into your life, new news as well. Okay, so if you notice that happening, please don't worry too much about it. I do think it's actually helping you to welcome in big, positive, abundant blessings into your life. Okay. Underneath the deck, we have number 23, evolution, and this card came out in reverse, and the keywords are anxiety, unexpected, distracted, and resistant. Yeah, we're definitely evolving our financial and career consciousness, definitely coming out of any states of lack, any states of inadequacy, any feelings of like that we're not good enough and we're not powerful or not strong enough for whatever outcome that we want. This evolution is happening. And I think what's happening right now is that you needed to kind of like spiral back into a past story to uncover what the root of the story is, to then be able to evolve beyond it. So that's why this feels so uncomfortable right now, because we're kind of like having to spin back into a very difficult time in our lives where a certain unhealthy seed was planted. And it feels really strange to have to go there, but evolution kind of is not kind of, but it's often described of as like a spiral, right? And with spirals, you might feel like you're going in a circle, but actually you might be spiraling up. All right, so be kind, be gentle to yourself. That you're doing this amazing work to heal this financial and career consciousness, and it's gonna help you in the long term. Okay, this temporary discomfort is actually gonna create so much more room for abundance in future. Let's see what else your guides want you to know about what's coming through next in your career and finances. Whoa. Okay, we have here, contrary, the importance of non-conformity. I love that. I love that. Underneath the deck, we have prayer mares. Life is a prayer. Yeah. I'm just hearing with this prayer mares card that like some of you really have been praying for a change for a very, very, very long time. And your prayers have been heard. So what are the things that you devote your time to in life? Make your life a prayer, is what I'm hearing. It's like every single thing that you devote your time and your attention to in life, like make it intentional, because I just feel like you guys are in such a potent state and time in your life that everything you do is going to help you to manifest, like it's going to help to amplify your manifestations and amplify any intentions that you're putting behind your finances and your career. So make your life every day like a prayer towards the things you want. If you find yourself worrying or stressing out or feeling anxious about something, address it, so it doesn't fester. I think sometimes, especially when it comes to finances and career, we feel anxious because we don't have clarity over something, but it's more often than not a kind of clarity that we can give to ourselves. Maybe like check your bank books, right? Check your accounts. Like maybe like instead of worrying that you don't have enough money, like do the accounting and get clarity over where exactly you're at. Get real about it. Maybe it's career, you're waiting for a job offer and you're wanting to hear back and you haven't, like write into people. Take action steps, right? And if you've written in and you've checked your bank books and you've done your accounting and you've done that reality check, then it might already like alleviate the anxiety, right? Because it takes out that kind of like lack of sight into something. So that's one small thing that you could do. But contrary, the importance of non-conformity, I think what's so difficult about letting go of this story of chaos and a lack of harmony in your career and finances is that this is different from the people that you've witnessed growing up deal with their finances in their career. What I mean by that is that you might have had parents or just your community around you. People always dealt with finances in a kind of chaotic manner. They didn't really have a routine or a set structure or system for their career and finances. Everything was very much up in the air. For some of you, this could be just somebody like working a 9 to 5 and then just letting that 9 to 5 kind of like dictate their life and their lifestyle and everything, right? They had no other means to improve their financial situation. Everything was at the hands of a job. Everything was kind of like sitting with somebody else's decision, and they didn't do anything else about their career and finances. Things just felt very stagnant. I think there are a lot of people in your life who modeled to you a kind of like financial and career consciousness where they were not too proactive about making certain choices in their career and finances. And so if things didn't go well, they also didn't have a way to improve things because they didn't have a say in many of these decisions, right? So what's so challenging right now about you wanting to change that financial story is the idea that you're going against the grain, that you're going against what other people think is stable. You know, they really do think that what they're doing is best for them and best for you, but you're seeing that, hey, I don't think that that's the best way. I think there's something better. And there might be actual disagreements with these people, or it's more so of a symbolic disagreement where you are disagreeing with your past self. You're disagreeing with a past belief, right? This belief is so strong and it's saying that it's the best. It knows best. It's already taken you this far. How could you not believe in it? But you're saying right now that, hey, I think there's something better. And Spirit the way this message is coming through is like almost like trying to help you to see how crazy this conversation is, because how can we allow an idea or a person to just say that they have the best way, right? Like, surely there are ways in which we could improve upon the status quo, right? Surely there are ways we could innovate on top of this, make things better, change things. To say and claim that this is the best and there's no room for improvement sounds insane. It sounds also like the ego speaking, right? So when you have this part of yourself that wants something better, it's not crazy for wanting that, And if you've been made crazy for wanting that, this conversation here is just showing you that it's not. You're not crazy for wanting better for yourself. And don't let people make you think you're crazy for wanting better. Okay? Let's see what else comes through. We've got oracle cards. We got more. All right, let's see. We have metal bird. Treat yourself like royalty. Yeah. The first thing coming through here is some of you want to treat yourselves like royalty, right? And that's what career and finances can give us access to. It's the ability to treat ourselves better, right? We have access to resources to open up spaces and tools and opportunities to actually take care of ourselves, right? As opposed to having no means to take care of our needs. And there's something about royalty that goes beyond just the basic needs. Like, now you can put food on the table. Now you have a roof over your head. Now you have clothes on your back. Now you want more. And the thing here is, how do you get yourself to a place where you feel that you wanting to be treated like royalty isn't a bad thing? It's not crazy to want that for yourself. And it's not crazy to have that desire, that you want that abundance, that you want that kind of comfort in life. So the other thing that's also coming through, oh wow, yeah, Spirit was literally reminding me that the other thing that's coming through for your career and finances is the ability to treat yourself like royalty. You will receive the resources and the means to be able to do this. And all of this mindset work that you're doing to break that past story is helping you to shift into a place where you feel comfortable and abundant, right? I mean, that's what royalty feels like. It's comfortable, abundance, and being taken care of, right? And I think you are in a place right now where you're so prepared and so prepped for this abundance to flow in, to the point where you can really, really take care of yourself like royalty. All right, let's see what else comes through for you. Let's get a bit more from this deck here. All right, we have here Firebird, Seek and You Shall Find, number 34, as well as Metal Sheep, number 8, Foresight and Careful Planning. Okay, so Seek and You Shall Find is so beautiful because what you seek is also seeking you, right? You will find the resources, you will find this new opportunity, this new life that you've been looking for. So don't give up hope. How it comes through also is with foresight and careful planning. So plan out how you would like things to go in the next couple of months or years. Plan what you can plan. There are a lot of things that could be, not everything can be planned out. For instance, you may not have full clarity over certain things, but foresight is saying here that do what you can right now to make those steps and make those moves. Do the best with the resources you have right now. It will help you to be it will help you to set yourself up for success, right? Just by making the most out of what you have. Underneath the deck, we have Earth Ox, number 26, One with the Universe. Yeah, holy shit. We came from a place of misalignment with the Emperor, Lovers, and Justice in reverse into being one with the universe, right? This is alignment. This is being so in touch with our inner self and with our outer self and with the universe that things flow and things kind of like really make sense for you. You're on your path, and on that path you are in a place where you can take care of yourself, is what I'm hearing. In this path where you're one with the universe, you won't be left in like isolation or desolation. Like you won't be abandoned, and you won't abandon yourself as well when you're one with the universe, right? And so much about this financial and career conversation and what's next for you is about actually reclaiming that power. And this idea of being one with the universe is powerful. It is helping you to recenter yourself in the middle of the story, putting you first, putting your needs and your priorities first, and fulfilling them. That's how you get that abundance, because you put yourself first. All right, let's check out what else comes through for you. We have here number 13, the olive tree with peace. And it says here, on reflection, heaven sends a message of wisdom. Restored to peace, faith, hope, and love, harmony prevails. So one more thing coming through for your career and finances is a state of peace. And I like that because we started out with chaos, and we're coming into a state of peace and calm, and the ability, like peace times, we can actually do something, right? When we're always fighting or in a survival mode or always like in a state of war with our finances, it's hard to grow anything. But in peace times, we can grow, okay? And we can build from there. Oh my God, we have equilibrium next. Holy shit. Sorry, this is mad because this whole reading has been about you kind of like finding your balance again, right, with your career and finances. And this card could not be more apt. Well, anyway, it's the cypress tree, and it says here, when opportunity is greeted with enthusiasm, success increases naturally. Ooh, okay, so greet your opportunities with enthusiasm. Like, I think it's almost like asking you to like wake up every day and feel excited about life. Like things are really changing for you guys, Pile 1, okay? Like it's really improving. So when you receive any good news, congratulate yourself, really feel the joy of all of that hard work that you've put in. It will just increase like and amplify and multiply the success, okay? So things are for sure balancing out with equilibrium and peace. Like it's just gonna be, you're gonna find yourself in such a in a much better state when it comes to your career and finances, where you can actually build from there, period. Okay, underneath the deck we have number 7, the willow tree with wisdom, and it says here, wisdom and progress develop without rest, like a tree springing upward from its roots in the earth. Yeah, This journey here has also been about expanding your wisdom, expanding what you know, your self knowledge about your own career and finance story and how that intertwines with your reality when it comes to career and finances. This wisdom will help you to free yourself from the suffering of not having enough or not living well or not doing well in life. Okay, it's really liberating, I feel. And we've kind of like journeyed through your entire spread and your entire reading from that chaos to peace now. And I feel like, I mean, things feel really good now. Like on the table here, it feels like, yeah, like there's something we can work with. We're getting treated like royalty. There's good news, there's prosperity here. You will find the resources and the things, and whatever it is you want to manifest, you will find it. Like it's all, it just feels really grounded. Okay, final message here. We want to get some affirmations. Almost dropped the card from your guides. So we say we have here, I let go of the past. Absolutely, we're letting go of that past financial and career story. I trust in the future and I accept the present moment. Okay, that's your first affirmation. And then we have here, my patience is being rewarded. My turn will come. Okay, your turn will come. You've been very patient. Yeah, this has we were talking about this. This has been a long time coming. So your turn will come. And you will be rewarded. Underneath the deck, we have nothing is impossible for the heart. Love will always find a way. Beautiful. So pile number one, this is what I see for you. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. I wish you all the very best with your career and finances. And I hope this reading brought you the clarity that you were seeking. And I do look forward for reading for you guys in future as well. Okay? Bye now. Hello pile 2 and welcome to your reading. So we are going to start off with this card here that will show us your current situation. And the next two cards will show us what's coming through next when it comes to your career and finances. Okay? So starting off, we have the Three of Cups, and I need to cover these beautiful ladies up, but yes, the Three of Cups over here. And she is in reverse. So the first thing I'm actually seeing here is you might feel a little bit unsupported when it comes to your career and finances. This could be you taking on more responsibilities at work and not feeling like your colleagues are supporting you enough, not feeling like maybe your company is giving you the right support to be able to take on this additional responsibility on your plate, or maybe you feeling like you're not being paid enough for what you do, and emotionally, with the Three of Cups here, we're feeling pretty depleted by the situation. And we're just not receiving the support in the way that would help us to actually do what we need to do at work, especially for career, right? And in terms of finances, some of you might also be feeling like you're taking on more responsibilities when it comes to your financial situation, and you're feeling pretty stretched emotionally, like there's a lot to think about, there's a lot to hold space for. Maybe there are other people's like there are people that are depending on you financially, and you're feeling just the emotional weight of having to be a caregiver almost, or having to take care of somebody else, and it's a lot to deal with. I just feel like with the Three of Cups in reverse, this is somebody feeling emotionally quite full and not having any outlet to be able to delegate or release or let go of some of these emotions. There's just nobody else that you can lean on. It's that kind of feeling here. So we're feeling a little bit like we're left alone to have to deal with something. The quality and the interesting thing I'm picking up with this Three of Cups in reverse is that I think things are actually looking up for you guys. It's like, it's good to have more responsibilities at work. It's good that you are having more financial responsibilities as well. It kind of feels like actually there's a greater inflow of cash or opportunities coming through. It's just that with that inflow, you also need the corresponding support to be able to take in this extra energy coming in. And we just need to find a way to get this support in place. All right, so let's have a look at what's coming through next for you guys. And we have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, things are looking up. So maybe even if it's not feeling that way right now, the Eight of Wands is saying that there's this like inflow of cash and inflow of opportunities coming through in your life. The Eight of Wands is you guys moving quickly towards a certain goal or a certain destination, and also things coming in quickly for you. So you're gonna see this change happening in your life pretty soon, in terms of positive improvements coming in, where you'll get the support that you're asking for. You'll get that emotional space that you've been asking for as well to be able to deal with this additional thing. This could also mean you actually changing certain things in your situation to be able to better handle this new state you're in. I'm also hearing for some of you, this could be a job change. Like you're at this point where your current career just doesn't support you in the way that you need to. And the Eight of Wands here is showing you that you will be receiving support through the form of actually changing your jobs entirely. Okay, and let's actually look at the last card here, and we have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, which is very nice to see, because we start up with the Three of Cups feeling a bit like, ooh, we're a bit tight, like just our bandwidth is pretty full, and we don't have any additional thing inside of us to deal with this change. But now with the Queen of Cups, she feels stable, she feels grounded, she's got her thing together, and she's got her boundaries in place as well, especially with this closed chalice that she's holding on to, right? There's something that she's able to contain and protect. And it's that emotional space that she's created for herself, right? This is something that you guard and you're sacred and you keep sacred. It's something that nobody else can touch. So I think with your career and finances, you're able to set up something for yourself that others cannot just easily take away from you. I'm hearing for some of you that you're also setting up like a savings account, or like at least having reach like an ideal savings goal that you have, and that helps you to feel a lot more like cushioned, right? That you have this safety net to fall back on, and it feels like with this foundation, I can actually do other things in my life. I can actually go and enjoy, or I can put some money into investments, or I can actually make some big purchase decisions, because I actually have a cushion that I know I can lean on if things don't go entirely as planned, that I still have this cushion to lean on. So for some of you, your savings account is definitely looking good. You've reached that goal. And the Queen of Cups also, she just feels at home. So for you guys to go from the Three of Cups to the Queen of Cups, it feels like when it comes to your career and financial situation, you'll be at a place where you'll be at a place where career-wise, you feel like you're in the right place. And even financially, you feel like you have a system of cash coming in, or a system of accounting, to put it that way, that really, really works well for you, that brings you that emotional calmness. You open your bank book, or you open your apps or whatever, and you feel calm looking at what you have in your bank account, and there's something that you set up for yourself that really, really works well. And with that emotional groundedness, you're able to then do so much more with the Eight of Wands here. It's because of this foundation that you are safe, that you can then make your moves out in public, out in your professional life, in your career, in your business, whatever it is. This Queen of Cups gives you the space to like go fast, go furious, go hard on your career, make those big moves, and do the things you want to do in life, right? So yeah, the space is giving us room to take some risks and do some fun stuff. All right, let us see what else is coming through for your career and finances next. I want to pull some cards from your angels first. And we have here number 33, see the humor, levity, perspective, wisdom, and playful. And our next card is Chamiel, number 1, with light green. And it says your happiness, vibrancy, energy, and hope. Okay. Uh, Looking at these two cards, because they're pretty green, I definitely feel like there's some kind of heart chakra healing coming through with your career and finances. Let me just reposition this card here. But yeah, there's some heart chakra healing, and when it comes to the heart chakra, it's feeling balanced, right? The heart chakra is in the center of the chakra system, and it's us feeling balanced, us feeling like safe enough to open our hearts to things in life, open our hearts up to new possibilities in life. So a lot of us are also receiving this healing in Pao 2, where we feel comfortable enough to not treat finances and career with this level of stress and anxiety and kind of like hard, kind of like, like we had to go hard on our career. Like we don't have to do it that way anymore, because we now have this comfortable room to actually see things with more lightness. It's not so serious anymore. You can actually laugh at your career and financial situation, maybe. Like, it's like not something that keeps you up at night and makes you go like, ugh, like, what am I gonna do about it? It's like, actually, I can look at my bank account, I can look at my career and feel good about it, and maybe even laugh at the past challenges that I went through, because that's how much and how far you guys have grown from it. Okay, underneath the deck we have the Divine Self number 2, orange, in reverse, and it says you're indecisive, uneven, scattered, and ego. Yeah, this is your past state. In your past state with the 3 of Cups in reverse, you might have felt very, very all over the place. Like you couldn't quite hold everything together because there was just so much more coming through into your life, and it wasn't easy to take care of all of it. And some of you might have felt like a bit disconnected from your divine self, especially when it comes to your career and finances. It was like as though your career and finances was pulling you further and further away from the life you were meant to lead. And you've had to exercise a lot of patience and wisdom. Oh, sorry, you just dropped my lighter to light my candles. But anyway, you might have had to go through your own journey and your own process of finding some kind of balance again and harmony with the Queen of Cups. And this journey is, you're almost there. Okay, so what's coming through next is this lightness that you guys have been working hard to restore in your life. Okay, now let's see what else is coming through for career and finances. All right, whoa, that card kind of shot out. But we have Longma, leading with integrity. And underneath the deck, we've got Storyteller, once upon a time. Yeah. There is this old story that you'll be able to look back on, and it's not going to be triggering. Yeah, that's the thing that I'm picking up with the See the Humor. It's this old chapter in your life that you'll be able to look and reflect upon it, and it's not going to trigger you. It's not going to make you feel bad. It's actually something that you can look at with lightness, and also be able to pass on the wisdom of that experience to your future self or to other people that you encounter. Okay, but with leading with integrity, there's more integrity for sure coming through with your finances and career, in the sense that you'll be able to do things that you want to do. You're going to find yourself being in a position where you can actually turn down things that you don't want to do, right? Because sometimes, especially when it comes to like career and finances, especially when we're at the start of it, of building up our career and finances, we might have to like say yes to certain opportunities that we maybe are not so comfortable with. You just have to like do the job, even if it's not 1,000% what you want to do. It's still like just a job to do, right? But you guys actually are creating this opportunity for yourself where you can actually say no to more things, right? And you can actually feel a lot more in integrity and in alignment with the choices that you want to make with your career and finances. Okay, let's see what else is coming through here. We have number 13, the Fire Rat, light and shadow. Wow. Let's get you one more card from this deck. Sorry, a bit sniffly, so apologize if I sound a bit congested. But anyway, we have here number 42, Wood Snake, enjoy the waiting game. Yeah, that was what we were picking up earlier on, that some of you have been very patient in allowing a situation to transform from a very challenging one into something that actually has been totally transmuted, right? And that was a big patience, a big test of patience that you guys were on. And anyway, your third card is 8, Metal Sheep with foresight and careful planning. Pawan also got this card, so you might have been drawn to Pawan as well. And underneath the deck for you, we have Waterbird, Speak Your Truth, number 10. Beautiful. So I kind of feel like this money and career journey you've been on is actually a very spiritual one, and no surprises there. Every experience is a spiritual experience as much as it is a material experience as well. They are not so separate or different than we think. But with the light and shadow here, your career and financial journey has really revealed to you a lot of the lightness and also the flaws inside of you. And it's been a very enlightening journey of self-discovery. And I think you're arriving at a place where, because of all of the inner work that you've done, when it comes to your career and finances, what comes through next for you is a lot more clarity and inner peace. Again, you look at yourself and you look at your own financial path and your own financial situation, your own career situation, and you don't feel bad about it. You don't feel like you need to compare with somebody else when it comes to what you've done with yourself. It doesn't matter, how much you have in your bank account or what your rank and your status is when it comes to your career. You realize that what matters is the own validation that you give to yourself, and you can celebrate your success for what it is. Not just because it looks good in front of other people, but also because it looks good to you. And maybe it doesn't look good to other people, but it looks good to you, and that matters. That matters most, that it looks and feels good to you. So it's been a very spiritual journey of giving yourself the validation that you've been looking for when it comes to your career and finances. But the waiting game and this foresight and careful planning has allowed you to position yourself in a place. Oh yeah, we were talking about that savings account. Yeah. Yes. So for many of you, it's a savings account, or it's some kind of safety net, it's some kind of investment, whatever it is. You've been able to build up some kind of like a financial situation that was only able to materialize through your careful planning and through your foresight. And Spirit wants you to know that this is something that is so irreplaceable. Like nobody else could have done that for you. It wasn't a career, it wasn't a job, it wasn't a boss. It wasn't somebody else that did this work for you, right? You did this for yourself, and you were able to set yourself up for success, to be able to live the life you want to lead and make the choices that you want to make because of the safety net you've set up for yourself. And that's really, really powerful. All right, Pal 2. They just want you to like celebrate that for you, is what I'm hearing. Like, don't give other people credit for the successes that you have in your life right now. It's all yours. It is all yours, okay? Let's see what else is coming through for your career and finances, okay? Whoa. We have 2 cards. We have, first of all, number 1, the Tree of Heaven. Wow, beautiful. And it says your aspiration, and it says aim high. Gifts of heaven will be granted to you. Dream, plan, and believe. Okay, so your aspirations are calling dream high, aim high. You will be blessed. Okay, pile number 2, you will be blessed. And we have your number 36, the laburnum tree with prosperity. Ooh, love that. And it says here, be vigilant and receptive. A golden tree may have more potential than meets the eye. I love that for you. Okay, so you're sitting upon something that has more potential than meets the eye. You have this aspiration and this dream, and you're gonna reap more than what you initially thought you could. You're gonna receive more than what you initially thought you could. So that's coming through next in your career and finances is abundance, basically. Is the idea that it's gonna blow your expectations out of the water, and so don't even try to put any caps on yourself. Like, don't put any limitations. Just allow yourself to receive the gifts of the universe, okay? That is the journey that you're on, is to see your potential and see that you have what it takes to make that shit happen. period. Okay, underneath the deck we have number 9, the pear tree with good relationships, and it says your fruitful long-lasting success is certain. Let me do that again. Fruitful long-lasting success is certain, bringing union, partnerships, harmony, a meeting, and a love match. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure we were doing. Wasn't planning on a love reading, but here we are. But this good relationships card is echoing back that Three of Cups in reverse. So when it comes to career and finances, if there were challenging situations and relationships in the past, that's also coming up for healing and change. So you're gonna encounter a lot more good partnerships and relationships in your career and finances, like people who actually want to celebrate you, want to help you, want to give you the support that you ask, people that are there for you. And also the possibility that you might meet your love match in the midst of all of this. All right. So keeping your heart open to connections and possibilities is gonna be helpful for you, not just career-wise, but romance-wise as well, okay? And now let's get you some final affirmation cards when it comes to your career and finances. And it says here, I am thankful for many things and my gratitude attracts abundance into my life. Beautiful. Okay, and underneath the deck we have, I am strong enough to face every issue in my life with courage and trust. All right, so pile number 2, this is what I see for you. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope this reading brought you the clarity that you were seeking, and I look forward to reading for you guys in future as well, okay? Bye now. Hello, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. So we're going to start off with this card here that will give us information about your current career and financial situation, and then we'll look at the next 2 cards that will show us what's coming through next, okay? So starting off, we have the 6 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so the 6 of Cups upright talks about how we are making peace with some kind of past situation or reconciling with a past experience, right? And when it's in reverse, the feeling that I'm getting through this card is you guys deciding to actually walk away from that narrative, walk away from that past, walk away from whatever it is that you experienced before. And Spirit is bringing through a message that the challenging thing is exactly that. The challenging thing is to consciously walk away from it. Because now we have to ask ourselves, well, what do I need to do differently? What do I need to think differently? Because this situation here almost feels like it's playing out in your life in a very automatic way, in that you don't have to think about this belief system. Maybe it just gets automatically triggered in your life, right? And it brings up certain feelings of lack or certain situations that play out in a way that doesn't serve you in your career or in your financial path. And so the challenging thing is to actually consciously call out any of those unhealthy behaviors and patterns or beliefs and replace them with something that you actually want. So you're kind of like in a transition process, I guess, is the situation right now, where you're really looking to consciously transform your career and financial mindset. Okay, so let's look at what's coming through next for you. Now we have the 3 of Wands in reverse, as well as the Devil in reverse. And I gotta cover them up. So 1 second, I just knocked my camera. Apologize if that might have been a bit headache inducing. Okay, so the 3 of Wands and the Devil over here. You're definitely like looking for opportunities and career and finances in a different place now, right? The 3 of Wands is somebody who's decided to go on, they've taken action, right? And they've put in that effort to make the journey, to go to where they want to be. And at the same time, they're also waiting for their ships to come back to their harbor. You know, they've put their intentions out there, they've done the work, they've gone out there, and they're also waiting for something to come back in. But with this card in reverse, the first thing I'm hearing and seeing for you guys is that you're changing where you're calling in your career and financial blessings. Like maybe in the past, you've always thought, for example, you've always thought that you needed to receive money through a job. But now you're trying to change that narrative, or actually, I shouldn't even say that you're not trying to. Now you are changing that narrative, and you're not waiting for a job to bring you the money. You're going to create the money from your own self, right? And that's a very different harbor or the very different place to be at, you know. So your entire mindset and landing point for your career and finances is completely shifting. And that's also what's very uncomfortable, and it's you're not used to it, you know. You're going to look around and be like, I don't recognize this place. I don't really know how to maybe be in this new environment. I don't really know what to do here. And Spirit is saying that is the exact reason and the whole point. That is the whole point. The whole point is that you don't know. The whole point is that you're in a new environment, and that's what you have been asking for. And so don't punish yourself. Don't, I guess, criticize yourself for the things that you don't know, because that is actually that's the right signal. The right signal is if you don't know, because if you know everything, you're probably still in that past situation, right? Because that's stuff that you already are familiar with. So that's the first message here. Now, with the devil in reverse, this is a really good sign, because the devil upright is us being chained and enslaved by a unhealthy authoritative figure, right? The devil kind of like holds power over our heads in an unhealthy manner. They don't actually want the best for us, and we end up giving our power away to something that doesn't have our best interests at heart. And it's a trapped and slaved kind of relationship with the devil upright. But in reverse, this is you guys walking out of that. This is you seeing very clearly that that past situation was trapping you and is doing you no good. And I think that's the thing that you guys are waking up to, because we have the Six of Cups and the devil, right? And it's a bit like waking up to an illusion or waking up from a big dream, because the Six of Cups can feel so alluring, right? Like that past can feel so nostalgic. It can feel so good. It can feel like it was everything that we asked for, and that past can kind of like draw us in over and over and over again without realizing that it's actually the devil, without actually realizing that that past situation, however good it was also trapping us. So we're definitely waking up to that reality and moving on from it. And Spirit wants you to know that the whole point of walking away is to continuously recognize that it's for the better. You know, no matter how difficult it is to walk away, you need to realize that it is for the better, and that better will come to you. You will be able to find a new opportunity, a new way of making your way about in your career and finances. So give yourself the grace and the space to do that, to make that change, okay? Let's see what else is coming through for you. We're going to grab Oracle cards now. Sorry, a bit sniffly today, so might sound and feel a bit congested. But anyway, the first card you have is number 14. Angels are watching over you. And we have here deserted, alone, neglected, and discouraged in reverse. Let's get you one more card from this deck. Ooh. Okay, what do we have here? Is there one more card that... Ooh, we've got a lot. Okay, let's just look at them. We have here number 24, focus on your health. We have wellness, active, radiant, and nourishment. We then have, what is this? Raziel, I think, rainbow in reverse. And it says you're skeptical, rigid, materialistic, and detached. As well as the law of attraction, number 26 in reverse. And it says you're quitting, obsession, depression, and sloppy. Okay. Underneath the deck, we've got... have confidence, number 25. Strength, balance, prepared, and tranquil. Okay, So if I were to look at all of these cards, holistically speaking, Spirit is calling for you to be to do things that help you to feel grounded with your career and financial situation. And groundedness is a feeling of safety. It's a feeling of not it's a feeling of confidence as well, with that have confidence card underneath the deck. Because when we're grounded, we feel like we know what we're doing. We feel like we've got a plan. We feel like we're safe as well, right? You've got your boundaries in place. When we're grounded, we feel capable as well, as opposed to when we feel ungrounded, where we're maybe scattered or worried, or we've got our energy in an anxious state, or we're fearful of the future, right? So those are two very different spectrums of energetic states we're in. And focus on your health is a way in which you could help yourself to be more grounded with your career and finances. Oftentimes it's through movement, it's through exercise, it's through taking care of our physical body that we actually also gain spiritual we actually gain something, like emotionally, mentally, and spiritually speaking, when we take care of our physical body, right? It's that physical layer that also helps everything else. So if you're feeling really emotionally, mentally, or spiritually overloaded with your career and financial situation, take care of your body. Start there. It always really, really helps. But also, I think some of you are feeling quite like out of place, and you're feeling like, a bit like fish out of water vibes. With the rest of these cards here, it's like you don't recognize where you're at. You don't feel good about where you're headed. It feels like you don't have the help you need, with the angels are watching over you in reverse, and also law of attraction in reverse. Like some of you feel like you're in the wrong place. And these cards in reverse makes me feel like it's more so the anxiety speaking, rather than maybe a reflection of reality. But take that as it resonates, because it's always very important to check back with yourself if you need to make any changes in your life. Because for all you know, your intuition is telling you something about the current situation that maybe isn't working out. So just pay attention, and you can actually feel maybe a lot more in line with your intuition by taking care of your physical body. Okay, but basically what Spirit also wants you to know is that it may not be as bad as it seems, because sometimes our fears and our anxieties play out this scenario that things are really, really going south, and it's going really, really bad. But actually it's not that bad. Actually, while you are making the changes in your life, you can do everything else that we do in the meantime. Like this is like what I call like in the meantime tasks. Like when you're waiting for your manifestations to come in, or when you're waiting for the change to finally settle into your life, like just do everything else that you need to do, right? Go to work, take care of your life, do your chores, take care of your health, like do all of the in the meantime things, and the change will happen in without you even thinking about it. Like it's just gonna like come into your life without you feeling anxious, or without you constantly watching it, because you were doing everything else. You were occupying your time with something else, right? So that could help you. Let's see what else comes through for you for career and finances next. We have here El Burak, expect miracles. Yeah, guys, come on, let's fucking go. Okay, so expect miracles, El Burak. And then we have here Ambassador, invincibility of spirit. Love that. Underneath the deck, we've got Hirayeth, letting the earth teach. Again, this is the message of groundedness. Some of you are really feeling like your energy is a little bit too all over the place. Hirayeth here, letting the earth teach. Again, putting your feet on the ground, doing things step by step, not worrying about 10 steps ahead, just doing step 1 right now, and restoring that sense of balance and groundedness back into your career and financial life. But expect miracles. I think that is the magic here, because miracles can feel so out of reach, but it almost happens miraculously and magically for many of us, because we're living our lives in the present moment, right? We're not giving energy to the past. We're not worrying or fantasizing about the future, but miracles just happen in the magic of the moment. And this is why I think you're being called to plant your feet on the ground and be very grounded, because there's a miracle that's about to happen for you. And to receive it, it's all about being in the present moment. It's all about staying true to who you are. It's all about being in alignment, being in the right place, the right time. And to do all of that, you just got to be with yourself 100%. Okay, so lean on spirit, invincibility of spirit, lean on the universe, lean on your guides. They're going to help you to find that sweet spot to receive that miracle in your life. Okay, exciting times are coming through. Let's see what else is coming in. Okay, we have water bird, speak your truth. Let's get a bit more with this deck. And we also have earth sheep. Again, return to your center. Like, again, this is another way of saying groundedness, right? Like, you go to yoga class and you're like, return to your center. Basically meaning being grounded. It's so important now for you guys to be grounded, because you're about to receive a miracle, guys. Okay, so just breathe through it. You know something big is happening. You know something is changing in your life. Just allow yourself to receive. Okay, speak your truth is all about being in integrity, being in alignment with what you know is in your path, is what you want for your career and finances. This also means that you don't speak falsehoods over yourself, that you don't speak bad or negative things over yourself when it comes to your career and finances. You know what's the truth, right? And the truth is that you're going to do well, you're going to do amazing, things are going to work out. Speak that truth, right? That's that law of attraction coming in. Like, give space for that positive affirmation and that positive truth to come to light. That is your truth. Okay, underneath the deck we have Earth Rabbit, in harmony with the season, and this is card number 16. I just like how there are like so many crystals around this card. It just feels very abundant, right? It feels like very, very magical. So I don't know, like maybe you guys are working with crystals, but again, this card here just feels so like almost like heaven on earth kind of vibes. Like it's like a paradise land. So it feels very juicy. It feels energetically very fresh. New things are coming in for career and finances for sure. Let's see what else is coming through. Ooh, I just dropped that card. But we have number 21, the strawberry tree with rare gifts. Rare gifts are coming in, guys. Okay, so it says here, when seeds fall, they return home to their true essence. Your true essence brings return and the reintegration of spirit to spirit. I love that. I love that. So what all of this means and what this miracle means is really just the fact that you've returned back to your true self, right? That you're no longer living a lie. You're no longer living a life that you don't want. You're no longer compromising or settling down for something that you don't even want, right? You return to yourself and you'll find that the rarest gifts are already inside of you. That is what you're bringing to life, and that's what's coming through with your career and finances. The gifts that have always been inside of you are just coming to life right now, okay? Let's get you a bit more from this deck. Oof. Okay, and we have here number 31, the almond tree, a windfall. Okay, nice. So it says your inner riches grow from psychological maturity, bringing a windfall of good fortune. So you might be experiencing a windfall very soon. And a windfall is like an unexpected flow and big flow of blessings and of good fortune and of cash coming through, right? So yeah. What else can I say about that? You're getting a windfall. Amazing. And then we have here number 14, the beech tree with vitality. It says here, vitality and fortune smile upon you through opportunities that you create. Yes, you are creating the opportunities. You are making that work. You are the one bringing in your own blessings. And that's really what this whole reading is about. Underneath the deck, we have the cypress, number 35, the cypress tree with equilibrium. And it says here, when opportunity is greeted with enthusiasm, success increases naturally. Beautiful. So there's some kind of also like harmony and equilibrium returning into your life, especially when it comes to career and finances. You'll find that it's a lot easier to grow from a space of equilibrium rather than from a place of lack, obviously, right? So things are balancing out, which is nice. And let's get you a final affirmation card about your career and finances. And it says here, it is safe for me to explore unknown worlds and try new things. Beautiful. And underneath the deck, we have, today everything is unfolding perfectly according to a greater plan. Really, really nice. So pile number 3, this is what I see for your reading. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope this reading brought you the clarity that you were seeking, and I look forward to reading for you guys in future as well, okay? Bye now.